Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Stored at Home Rent-to-Own Portable Buildings. For today, temperatures were just a little bit warmer than they were yesterday, but it didn't feel quite as humid. Our dew points have been dropping. That's an indication that the humidity is dropping. We're going to see more dry air for tomorrow. However, temperatures once again will be in the upper 90s. In fact, we are going to see plenty of sunshine, which will help boost those temperatures up into the upper 90s. And we're going to stay with the warm weather through the end of the week. And then we do have rain chances returning this weekend. Along with cooler air, we'll have that forecast for you coming up on ABC 31 News.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. A 30th anniversary celebration took place earlier today at the Central Louisiana Regional Port. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has the details in our big story tonight.
Originally known as the Alexandria Port Authority, the Central Louisiana Regional Port was renamed in 2015. It was founded in May of 1988 with help from the City of Alexandria and the Cenlaw Chamber of Commerce. The port is now celebrating 30 years of commitment to the community.
It feels great. So much has gone on with the port over the last 30 years.
The Cenlaw Chamber of Commerce, city officials, and those employed by the port gathered this morning to celebrate the 30th anniversary and provide updates on growth and infrastructure over the years, along with the recent expansion project.
This expansion project was a part of the Economic Development Administration in association with the Red River Waterway Commission. Essentially, it's a 13,000 square foot expansion, includes bridge cranes to help support our tenants like Distran and Calvary Industries. Additionally, it allowed the port to expand for the first time in many years by acquiring approximately 7 acres on the other side of the levee.
Growth in infrastructure over the years also allowed the port to participate in its first military rotation since 2005.
The military rotations are crucial. We'll host our second military rotation in 1 year, and we're really excited about it and its impact to both England Air Park as well as the Fort Polk and what is going on at JROTC.
30 years seems to only be the beginning for the Central Louisiana Regional Port as they look ahead to the future and the years to come. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
There is another development in the burning death of a 6-month-old boy in Natchitoches. Authorities say the boy's mother, 22-year-old Hannah Barker, is now charged with principal to murder in the death of Levi Cole Ellerby. His body was found on fire July 17th off of Breda Avenue. Police have already arrested Felicia Marie Nicole Smith for murder in the case, and they say those two women do know each other. They say an additional charge is expected to be brought against Smith. Avoyelles deputies recaptured 2 women who escaped last night from their prison in Cottonport. They are 22-year-old Amanda Tossin and 34-year-old Bridget Gainyard, both of Marksville. They were arrested near Lafayette earlier today, and deputies say they are preparing to arrest someone who may have helped them get away. Deputies say both are in prison for nonviolent offenses. Investigators say the women had outside help from someone who cut a hole in the prison's perimeter fence. Avoyelles deputies say they've arrested one of 2 men sought in a shooting incident in Marksville, and have arrested a reported accomplice. 36-year-old Latoya Green Batiste of Baton Rouge is charged with accessory, obstruction of justice, and unlawful use of body armor. Deputies say she was arrested in Lawton, Oklahoma, along with Demetrius James Smith, wanted for attempted murder, body armor, and drug offenses. Authorities say Smith is wanted for a home invasion near Hesmer in early July, where that homeowner was assaulted. The 68-year-old longtime accountant for the Rapides Parish DA's office is now headed to federal prison for 3 years. Marguerite Hilton Beard worked for several DAs from 1988 until 2015 and managed to steal some $1.6 million. She and her attorney acknowledged she has a gambling problem. Beard is to report for custody in September. However, she also faces state charges in connection with the case and has been ordered by the federal judge to repay the DA's office for that stolen money. A pet owner in Baton Rouge received some disturbing news a few weeks after her family cat went missing. Danielle Jackson has that story.
It's been a confusing and upsetting several weeks.
Aaron Lackett's beloved cat, Spike, went missing back in April.
He was actually my son's cat.
A few weeks later, she found out some very shocking news.
I actually received a call in the morning from a person claiming to have found the remains of my cat in some woods in a remote area of some woods in Baton Rouge.
The cat was beheaded and identified through its rabies tag. She received pictures of her cat through text messages. We blurred the image because it's too disturbing.
I saw that the cat was indeed my cat, and he was dead, and that he had suffered some bad things.
Over the last year, Animal Control has investigated a number of cat mutilations in the Shenandoah area.
The cat was hanging by his neck.
Back in October of 2017, surveillance video shows a male walking on the roof of a shopping center on Starring Lane, dragging something. Later on, someone discovered a cat was hanging from the back of the building.
We anticipate possibly more into the future.
Animal Control Director Hilton Cole says they haven't closed the investigations, even getting assistance from city police, the DA's office, and the local Humane Society.
They came up, they visited, they took some evidence, they had it analyzed, and they deduced that there was no probable cause to charge the suspect with a crime.
Animal Control tried linking the person of interest from the surveillance video of the cat hanging to other cat mutilations investigations.
And we tried to draw a link between that and what was happening in the Shenandoah area. And we couldn't quite get the link. It may have been a random case of another person.
I think the person who's doing this knows how to play the system. They know how to stay under the radar and to stay undetected. And I think that the community of Baton Rouge, we are more powerful than that.
In Baton Rouge, Danielle Jackson, WBRZ News 2.
A local USA track and field team has 2 members who were recently qualified to compete nationally at the Junior Olympics. They're currently in Greensboro, North Carolina for that event, which started on July 23rd.
Noelle is ranked at this time, I think she's number 2 in the nation in her age group. The way USA track and field works, you compete against kids in your age group. And she's 10 and she's ranked number 2 in the long jump. And Simon, she's 13 and she's ranked in the nation, she's ranked 46th in the 200, and she's ranked 76th in the 100. And in the region which we are in, she's ranked number 1 in our region. They will be competing against kids all over the United States.
The Junior Olympics run through July 29th. A Louisiana teenager is looking to make history in his plane. He wants to become the youngest teen to fly around the world solo. Emily Matisich caught up with Mason Andrews on a stop in Wisconsin.
Standing amongst giants in teen aviation, Mason Andrews is trying to become one himself.
It's going to mean by far the largest goal in my entire life up till now, and probably the largest goal of my entire life is going to be accomplished.
The 18-year-old from Louisiana in his Piper PA-32 single-engine plane is attempting to be the youngest person to fly around the world solo. He's about 100 days younger than the current record holder.
It's a big journey. It's the Olympic level of solo aviation adventure, and to be able to do that at such a young age takes a lot of very careful preparation and a great team behind you.
It's taken months of training and preparation for Andrews, who's only had his pilot's license for a little more than a year to get to this point.
Route planning, the equipment you'll need, the resources like fuel that you'll need at all these stops all around the world, which is extremely difficult. But right now we've got all that handled.
He knows the nearly 20-leg journey he's hoping to accomplish in 40 days will be grueling. But as he left Oshkosh today on this round-the-world flight, he has the next generations of pilots on his mind.
It's really low right now, the number of people that are flying, and I'd love to help pump those numbers up and inspire a young generation of pilots.
Andrews is an aviation student at Louisiana Tech University. He's expected to fly across the Atlantic later this week.
When temperatures rise, some don't always have the luxury of turning on a thermostat. That's why KLAX TV and area businesses have teamed up to form the Spring Fan Drive for the elderly. You can help by dropping off a fan at a location near you. Fans will be collected and distributed by each parish's Council on Aging provider. Remember, keeping cool isn't something that comes easy for everyone. Help us to bring some relief from the summer heat to those less fortunate.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Quiet weather for today and more quiet weather for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. It will be warmer and the air will be less humid. We are going to see rain chances return by the weekend, though. We have another storm system that will come through, and that will leave us with cooler than normal temperatures by early next week. But our high today was 97 degrees in Alexandria, 95 degrees in Leesville, 96 degrees in Lake Charles. So just a little bit above normal, but our dew points have been in the low 60s throughout the day, and so it felt a lot more comfortable, even though we did reach those highs in the upper 90s. So it was a little bit warmer than yesterday, but yeah, the air is going to feel a little bit more comfortable, especially because the humidity won't be there. We're going to see plenty of sunshine tomorrow. High pressure still dominating our weather, but we're seeing more of a northeasterly flow, which of course is keeping the dry air over our region, and of course that will translate to plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. But it also means that we're going to be warming up into the upper 90s once again. So we're going to start off in the 60s and 70s and then climb into the upper 90s. But take a look at these dew points. They're going to be in the lower 60s, so it's going to feel quite comfortable out there, even though it's going to be pretty hot. But it's not going to be humid. Lots of sunshine during the day, maybe just a few more clouds by the latter part of the day. But overall, I think we're going to stay with a little bit warmer conditions, but it's not going to be quite as humid, so our heat indices won't be quite as high. But as we look ahead, a week from now, it looks like cooler than normal temperatures will be headed into our area. So we are expecting a little bit of a cool down, and that's because we're going to see wetter than normal conditions as we head into next week as well. So the rain chances will return. We're still about 7 inches above normal, and we're going to stay there or even above that as we head into next week. But tonight, with that drier air in place, temperatures will be allowed to drop down into the 60s. Mostly clear conditions tonight. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, highs in the upper 90s, and then your 7-day forecast calls for hot conditions through your Friday. We're going to stay with mainly sunny conditions on Saturday, but there could be a stray afternoon thunderstorm. Then another system comes through, and that will bring better chances of rain for early next week. We also have cooler air coming our way as well. So highs on Monday around 90 degrees with scattered showers and thunderstorms. More chances of rain for your Tuesday. Then finally drying out on Wednesday, but temperatures will be close to normal, around 92 degrees. Scott?
All right, thank you, Kim. You may know your pooch, but how well does your pooch know you? And if you were in trouble, how much would they care? With more, here's Arlette Signs.
Remember Lassie, the canine superhero of 1950s TV who always barked to bring help for someone in trouble? It may not be airing anymore, but researchers at Johns Hopkins University tell us we can still count on our four-legged friends if we're in trouble. 34 dogs, some therapy dogs, were put to the test. Their owners, sitting behind a glass door, cried for help. Would the dogs notice? Dogs opened the door 3 times faster for crying owners than dogs whose owners were just humming Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. The more in tune the dog was with the owner, the more quickly the dog opened the door. Therapy dogs were not more likely to open the door and weren't any faster at getting it done. The dogs who opened the door seemed less stressed after they did it. That's according to the researchers' work on doggy stress behavior. Dogs who listened to the owners crying but didn't open the door seemed to be the most stressed. Researchers believe that it's not that they didn't care, but that they were so troubled by the crying, they just froze.
Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night.
When it comes to cleaning up the streets of Boston,
this is who I am. This is what I do. Now get me in there. He did it. And I know where the proof is.
It's ladies first. Rizzoli and Isles.
Weekends at 11 on KLAX TV.
When a case seems unsolvable, they see the incredible. Murder. Motive. Secrets. Bones. Weekends.
Watch Bones. Weekends on KLAX ABC31. Alexandria Bikers United is hosting a back-to-school barbecue at Taboo Harley August 4th. Summer's quickly flying by, and all donations received will be used to purchase school supplies for children in need. and you're invited to the first community Give Back event. Join us for the AEX Culture Fest on August 4th. Community Give Back and school supply drives start at noon, and festival fun with art, food, and music begins at 2. Come out for the annual Back to School Expo at Nazarene Baptist Church. Students in Rapides Parish will be provided school supplies and uniforms in the goal to give back. The Hackers Cup Golf Tournament is a 4-man scramble benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Starts at 8 at the Oak Wing Golf Club. For more community events, visit us on Facebook or at KLAXTV.com.